The ABA MIT Legal Hackathon was a truly one of a kind event, and it's just coming in for a landing now. This is a little video that we're making available for members of the plenary to enjoy some of the highlights of uh, the event, review, and a bit of a preview of what's coming next. Well, one of the things that happened that was very exciting was we launched Massachusetts Legal Hackers as part of the convocation of this collaboration with the ABA. And Adriana was able to join us right in the Code for America meeting where we launched that. It was terrific. Another great thing that happened was a major push forward on the first to disclose open patent platform, which we're now tooling to be very useful for the ideas and projects that occur with hackathons. Here's Jason to talk a little bit about that.
First disclose. Innovators, including inventors, corporate R&D, university labs, and hackathon projects, don't have an easy way to easily and intelligently disclose their inventions and exercise their intellectual property rights in order to prevent a race to winning at the United States Patent Office. We've created a web application for innovators with distributed identity and social login with Google and GitHub that allows people to collect, store, and render discoverable inventions under a Creative Commons license. As part of our initial setup process, we also added in support for hackathons that included a review and rating system. And we are going to continue work on this project by furthering that support for collections, including events, the idea of calendaring to support reviews, and federation to allow self-hosting of applications by any other entity that wants it, and consolidating those back to first disclose. Our project sponsors were Daza Greenwood of the MIT Media Lab, David Honig of Brooklyn Law School, and William Palin of the Suffolk Law School. And our engineering team consisted of Adam Heinz, Brian Stearns, Cheng Liu, Chris Sheremy, Matt Gardner, Nathan Burgess, and Noah Tesu. Thank you, and have a great tech show.
And he's too shy, but Jason really did lead that team. He's been a terrific leader that's helped make this entire online appathon come together. We also were very fortunate to have this project by the New York Attorney General's office entered thanks to Professor Jonathan Askin. This is one of 3 projects that we're collaborating with them on. And this one involves basically replacing the current multi-PDF compliant form process with a somewhat more streamlined and simplified process that can help them move toward not just faster, cheaper, better form filing, but also the sort of machine learning and other analytics oriented processes that can maybe eventually skip a lot more steps and maybe gain a lot more knowledge. Tools, tools, tools are the order of the day for the online legal appathon, and we were very fortunate to have a couple of major vendors of open source tools participate and make their tools available for teams. Jim Hazard of Common Accord was one of those. Here's what Jim had to say, or at least the first part of it.
Hi, this is Jim Hazard. I'm a lawyer. With the ABA MIT Online Legal Appathon, we're making available to you Common Accord, an open source platform for doing legal documents as if they were open source software. So with the same kind of modularity, versioning, and platform like GitHub and simple text editors that open source software people use. So following this message are going to be some links which will show you how you can sign up. We'll make the entire platform available and also be able to provide some support.
Good man. And so they did. We've got some in-house counsel that are working on that. So very significant was the support rendered by David Colarusso and his Q&A markup language.
Hi, my name is David Colarusso. I'm an attorney with the Committee for Public Counsel Services, Massachusetts Public Defender Agency, and I'm honored to be here virtually at the ABA Tech Show, thanks to my friends over at the MIT Media Lab, showcasing Q&A markup. Q&A markup is a software, well, it's a markup language created so that non-programmers could program. Specifically, it was built for attorneys, and it's a spin-off of something that we developed here at the committee. Recently, we redid our website, and we realized that it was unreasonable to expect normal visitors to our website to be able to know the difference between, say, our Child and Family Law Division and our Youth Advocacy Division. We needed some way to sort of meet users where they were. And so what we ended up implementing was an interactive set of question and answers. So we asked people about their situation, and then based upon their answers, directed them to the right content. So it's a way of solving a needle in a haystack problem when a search isn't going to suffice because people don't know what they're searching for.
There's a lot more to learn about that, and all of those tools are available. And he's also made a terrific 10-minute tutorial available at his site, Q&A Markup. Earlier today at the Media Lab, we did a live interview with a team at Kansas City, Missouri City Hall, it's a law school team with Code for America Brigade locally working on OpenID Connect as basically a way that the cities can make available to citizens and other individuals a way that they can really own and control their own identity, not so different from what Jason was talking about in terms of the technology and the way that we're making federated identity available for first to disclose. Well, joining me for the interview was a project leader who is an entrepreneurial project that spanned many different parts of the Appathon, and she's with me now to say a few words. Here is what Caitlin Stillen-Rooney had to say.
And we are back from the MIT Media Lab. Hi, I'm Dazza Greenwood, scientist here, legal scientist, they sometimes say, and I'm joined by the collaborator that helped us bring the first prototype jam to a successful conclusion, who's now back as an entrepreneur with a project in the Appathon, Caitlin Stillen-Rooney. Welcome.
Thank you, Dazza. My name's Caitlin Stillen-Rooney,
and she happens to be right here with me. Caitlin, can you just let the members of the plenary and others know a little more about the Storwell project and why it's so relevant to this theme of personal data control and the security track of this Appathon. What is this entrepreneurial project that you have going with Storwell?
Well, Storwell is a project that's focused on user-centered data in the context of a health app. There's a growing number of tools that track and monitor health data, and with the launch of the new Apple Watch, I think that more people will have access to their personal health information. It's been a real pleasure to work with other teams focused on personal data and online identity during this Appathon. Thank you to all the people, resources, and energy that's been given to the Storwell project. We really think that we're on track to launch this year. I'm looking forward to working on my project at next week's prototype jam, and that's going to be at UMKC Law School, and also in June as part of the large-scale online legal hackathon being organized by Dazza and Jonathan Askin.
Great, thank you. So anyone that's interested in participating in that project, I encourage you to get in touch with Caitlin at, you can do it through the Appathon site or at her project site and hack the law. Now, another major, I think, victory of this event for us at the Media Lab working on the project was the tie-in with Thomson Reuters, who is a sponsor of not only the ABA Tech Show and the event that you had in person with reviews of projects on the opening plenary, but also a great partner and collaborator for the online event. Their social media team and some of their thought leaders have been just fantastic to work with. We did a in-depth interview with Bob, who talked about big data and the prospects of some significant changes in ownership, relationships, and control a couple of days ago, and we have a continuing schedule of interviews with Thomson Reuters thought leaders. Next one next week, which will be live programming with Jason Thomas, getting into more of the security concerns and that dimension of the emerging areas of law and practice. Also that day on the 22nd, we'll be publishing the Appathon Projects and Ideas Gallery. And that's when you'll be able to see all of the projects from round 1 and round 2 in a nicely curated form and with some easier ways to rate them yourself. Now, I guess we'll leave you with this last thing. As we're getting things ready to try to rate, Adriana, and as we're going back and forth on how best to rate, and we knew Twitter was good, but gosh, with Twitter, how do you really get 5 stars? So we figured something out. We'll just show you what this hack was. It was basically a way where you can click a star. I'll just click this 2-star here and invoke a tweet. This tweet says, well, 2 stars for the couple hashtags, but the project first to disclose. What if I want to rate it 3 stars? Well, I can go over to the 3rd star, click that one, and basically I've embedded in the object some pre-configurations on a tweet and just made that one say 3 stars. Well, I just keep rating my project up as much as I want, I guess. But, that's another funny thing about this is you can actually tell, you can really tell who rated because it comes from the Twitter account. So yeah, sure, you can have a bot army of 100 million Twitter clones if you want to, but for the most part, especially in the context of something like ABA Tech Show, we know whose Twitter accounts is whose, especially if we have a panel of judges. And so here's a way that, at least in theory, you can, not in theory, in practice, it just demonstrated it, we can have 5-star ratings right on Twitter. So here's another innovation for you that came out of this year's ABA Tech Show tie-up with the MIT Media Lab through the ABA MIT Online Legal Appathon. So we'd like to thank everybody who is a collaborator with us this year, and especially all of the volunteers and all the members of those great teams. Keep those ideas coming, and we hope you keep innovating your projects. So we'll see you all online. Bye now.